Attention all hogs. Training camp is here and the DMV is on fire. A quiet move on our roster just shook the locker room. Who left and why? But that's nothing compared to the show our neighbors put on. A true embarrassment that leaves us speechless. And the most shocking, our general manager just gave a lesson in how things are done, exposing the competition. Are you ready for the unfiltered truth? Stay tuned, because this is exclusive to the Burgundy and Gold family. Like and subscribe, because this is just beginning. Listen up, Commanders family. Training camp has just begun, and already there are moves that make us raise an eyebrow and wonder, what does this mean for the Burgundy and Gold? The first news I bring you today, and that I think is crucial for, used to analyze with the keen eye of a true DMV fan, is the release of running back Michael Wiley. Yes, you heard it right. Our team, the Washington Commanders, announced that Wiley is no longer part of the roster. Now, I ask you, is this a surprise for those of us who live and breathe football around here? I think for those who closely follow every move in Ashburn, not so much. For some, this news may be a shock. How is that possible? But for those of us who understand how the NFL business moves, it's a calculated move, another piece in the chess game that Adam Peters is masterfully playing. This, my friends, is not an isolated move. I'm telling you this. This decision is directly linked to the arrival of a heavyweight, a true defensive monster, a future Hall of Famer, Von Miller. And why is this so important? Because the salary cap forgives no one, not even a promising young talent like Wiley, when you bring in a contract of Miller's magnitude, and we're talking about a significant cap hit. You have to make room. It's not just a number in accounting. It's the franchise's statement of intentions. Von Miller not only brings his elite talent as a pass rusher, but also a winning mentality, Super Bowl experience, and veteran leadership that is invaluable for an ascending team. His arrival immediately elevates our defense's ceiling and sends a clear message to the league. The Commanders are serious. It's the harsh reality of NFL business, and sometimes it hurts, especially when you see a young player who worked hard and showed flashes of potential. Michael Wiley came to us as an undrafted free agent in 2024, straight from the University of Arizona. He showed flashes, yes, had his moments on the practice squad, and earned a spot on the radar. After the 2024 season, he was signed to a futures contract, which told us that the organization, under Adam Peters' new direction, saw something in him, potential to develop. During his college career, Wiley appeared in 49 games for Arizona and recorded 336 carries for 1,712 yards, averaging 5.1 yards per carry, and 16 touchdowns. Additionally, he proved to be a versatile receiver with 123 receptions for 1,150 yards and 12 touchdowns. Not just anyone, right? He had an interesting profile, versatility that's always valued in the modern NFL. But the reality is that the competition at the running back position on our roster is brutal. We have Brian Robinson Jr., a proven back with the heart of a lion, who is the soul of our backfield. We have the addition of Austin Eckler, a lethal weapon in the passing game, which gives us a completely different dimension and a constant threat to opposing defenses. And now, with the need to free up space for Von Miller's impact, Wiley's spot became expendable. Could he have found a place on another team? I think so. Other teams, like the Giants, are sometimes slower in making these decisions, keeping these young talents on their practice squads longer, seeking to develop them with patience. Or the Eagles, who sometimes keep their practice squad backs for emergency situations, prioritizing long-term depth. But Adam Peters, our general manager, is making it clear that here there are no sentimental attachments when it comes to optimizing the roster and salary cap. Every dollar and every spot counts, and the priority is immediate excellence. It's relentless efficiency, a win-now mentality that's been missing from this franchise for too long. Now, What does this mean for our backfield depth and Peter's philosophy? I tell you this, it's not a disaster for the position. We have plenty of talent and well-defined roles for our main backs. But it's a clear signal. A signal that Peters is willing to make the tough moves, the necessary moves to build a winning and competitive team from day one. It's a message that the era of complacency is over. It's the same mentality we saw with Chase Young's departure, the same boldness in the draft with Jaden Daniels. Every decision is interconnected, part of a master plan to bring us back to the top. Do you agree with me? Do you think Wiley's departure was the right decision to free up that space and bring in a player of Miller's caliber? Or do you think we should have given more time to young talent? Let me know in the comments. Because your opinion is vital for this Burgundy and Gold family. And if you thought Wiley's news was everything, you're crazy. Because now we're going to move on to a topic that has me boiling with anger. A topic that shows us once again the abysmal difference between our new direction and the circus happening. In Big D, our beloved neighbors, the Dallas Cowboys territory. This can't be. Just when training camp is around the corner for all league teams, Jerry Jones' show is reopened, and this time, the spectacle is more pathetic than ever. It's the same old Jerry, doing the same old antics that have characterized him for decades, and which, let's be honest, have directly contributed to the Super Bowl drought in Dallas. Jerry Jones, the self-proclaimed owner, general manager, and king of the Cowboys universe, decided it was a good time to talk about his stars, Micah Parsons, and Dak Prescott. And you know what? What he said was an absolute disgrace, a disrespect that makes me question that man's sanity. I tell you this, who in their right mind, being the owner of an NFL franchise, dares to disparage, to tear down their own star players publicly, right before the training camp? It's madness. It's a strategy only Jerry Jones could invent, one that prioritizes media drama over team cohesion. Jones, with that characteristic arrogance we Commanders fans know so well from years of suffering against them, started talking about Parsons' injuries, even joking that he could get run over by a car after signing his extension. Seriously, Jerry? Is that how you negotiate with a player who, let's be honest, is going to be the highest paid defender in the league's history? A player who is the face of your defense, the spark of your team, the engine that drives everything. Minimizing the player's concerns about his future and financial security with such an insensitive comment is a slap in the face, not only to Parsons, but to every player in that league risking their body every Sunday. And he didn't stop there. He also brought up Dak Prescott's mega extension and the injury that followed, implying that big contracts come with big injury risks, as if it were Prescott for wanting a fair contract. And to top it off, he even went for Trevon Diggs, an all-pro cornerback who tore his ACL. It's like he wants to sabotage his own locker room, dynamite his team's morale before the season even starts, all for a bit of media attention and to try to win a contract negotiation in the dirtiest way possible. Now I ask you, what kind of leadership is that? I believe it's the kind of leadership that has kept the Cowboys away from a Super Bowl for nearly 3 decades. We, Commanders fans, have suffered a lot. Yes, we know it. We've had our own dramas. Remember the Ron Rivera era with Carson Wentz and Taylor Heinicke? We were the laughingstock, yes. But at least now we have an organization that seems to have its head in the right place, that values its players, that understands trust and respect are the foundation of a winning team. Can you imagine Adam Peters doing something like that with Terry McLaurin? Never. Peters is a professional, a strategist, not a showman who exposes his players to public ridicule for a handful of dollars or a headline. The situation got even spicier. My friends, when NFL legend J.J. Watt commented on Jones' statements with brutal sarcasm, and guess who retweeted it? Micah Parsons himself. That, my friends, is an unmistakable sign that tensions are sky-high in Dallas. It's a public internal fracture, a crack in team morale that won't easily close. The Eagles or the Giants, our other division rivals, would never allow their leadership to make these kinds of public comments that destabilize the locker room. They are more calculative, more professional, more focused on on-field success than media circus, though they have their own issues, of course. But this from Jones is on another level. This, although it may seem silly or just Jerry being Jerry, is a reflection of the culture Jones has built. A culture where drama, headlines, and media attention seem more important than on-field success. And I tell you this, while they drown in their own drama, in their own dysfunction, we, here in the DMV, are building something real, something solid, something that will bring us championships. Isn't it great to see our rivals stumble over their own arrogance and mouth? That's Burgundy and Gold, baby. That's what gives us the strength to keep going. It's a reminder that despite our own challenges, we are on the right path with leadership that truly cares about the team and its players. And now, my dear Commanders fans, we come to the crown jewel, the news that truly gives us hope, fills us with pride, and shows us that we are on the right path, in the right direction. This is what makes me say, finally, after years of suffering, questionable decisions, leadership that left us with more questions than answers, with eras like Ron Rivera's, Carson Wentz's, and Taylor Heinicke's promising much and delivering little, we have a general manager who is the antithesis of everything we see in Dallas. I'm telling you this. Adam Peters is everything Jerry Jones refuses to be. And the way he handled our captain Terry McLaurin's contract situation is irrefutable proof that we are in a new era. When Peters sat down with the media alongside our coach Dan Quinn before camp, the question about Terry McLaurin's contract extension was a time bomb, a powder keg waiting to explode. Terry, our captain, our heart on the field, our scary Terry, has been waiting for that extension. And let's be honest, us Commanders fans know he deserves it. He's a player who gives it all, who is an unquestionable leader in the locker room, who produces consistently despite quarterback instability, and who represents what it means to be a Commander with his work ethic and commitment. The anxiety among the fans was palpable. We all wanted to see McLaurin secured long-term. And while there was some apprehension, Peters handled McLaurin's situation impeccably. He was professional, explained the situation comprehensively, without giving too many details that could compromise the negotiation, but always making clear the common goal, to get a long-term deal as soon as possible. He was respectful to Terry, acknowledging his value, talent, and discontent, but always maintained the team's vision and mutual trust. You see the difference? You perceive the class? It's an abysmal contrast to how things are handled in the lore. Cowboys office doc compared that to Jerry Jones' disgraceful display the previous day, which we already discussed. While Peters spoke respectfully of McLaurin, Jones was playing hardball with Micah Parsons, one of the league's best defenders, a New player who will redefine the defender's market. ESPN revealed they hadn't even made him an offer. And Jones, in his infinite arrogance, minimized Parsons, talked about his injuries, and even said he could be run over by a car. This can't be. And then, to top it off, he brought up injuries. To Dak Prescott and Trevon Diggs, what message are you sending to your players with this type of public comments? I tell you this, it's a total lack of respect, a strategy that only seeks the pressure and that in the long run always comes at a cost. It generates distrust, resentment, and can seriously affect team morale and performance. Jerry Jones cares about nothing but national headlines, the show, the drama. For him, the media circus is as important as on-field victories. And if we look at the Cowboys' track record over the last 2 decades, has that recipe worked for field success? I think not. They still haven't reached a Super Bowl. They remain the laughingstock of the league when it comes to consistency. Meanwhile, we, with Adam Peters' arrival, are seeing a real transformation. Peters does things differently. He's a composed, methodical guy with a clear purpose. He always considers the team's reputation and the players' feelings, because he knows locker room culture is as important as individual talent for long-term success. It's not just about numbers on a contract, but about building relationships and trust. The way Peters communicates is key. He's articulate, transparent in what he can be, and always focused on the team's objective. This generates immense trust, not only with current players, but also with future free agents who will see how talents are treated in Washington. And the Commanders' rise to immediate contention under his leadership speaks for itself. We fans can feel it in the air. Chase Young's exit, Jaden Daniels' draft, Dan Quinn's arrival have all been part of a master plan. A clear vision that sets us apart from the Cowboys' dysfunction or the Giants' inconsistency. The Eagles are good, yes, but their approach is different, more aggressive in the market, while Peters is more strategic and builds from within. Prioritizing culture and sustainability. The McLaurin deal isn't done yet, but I tell you this, it's coming. And I bet whatever you want that it will be confirmed long before Parsons wrestles from Jones what he deserves. Isn't it a relief, a blessing, to have someone like Peters at the helm, who thinks of the team, the players, the culture, and not just the media spectacle? That's Burgundy and Gold, baby. That's what gives us the strength to believe in. A bright future. It's the promise of a new era, an era of professionalism, respect, and most importantly, victories. And so we close this explosive Washington Commanders news summary. Today we talked about movement, debacle, and leadership. 3 news that make it clear that this season is going to be different. I'm telling you this. What? Did you think of the roster decisions? Do you think Michael Wiley's departure was a strategic move or a mistake that could affect our depth in the future? And what about Jerry Jones' circus with Micah Parsons and Dak Prescott? Do you think this will affect the Cowboys in training camp and the regular season? And most importantly, are you as excited as I am about the way Adam Peters is handling our team, especially with Terry McLaurin's situation, showing leadership we've been so lacking? Now I ask you, are you ready to be part of this new Commanders era? Because I guarantee you tomorrow we will have more explosive news and you can't miss what's coming. If you think Adam Peters is the best GM in the NFL, give this video a like. If you're a true Commanders fan who's tired of the old days and ready for success, subscribe right now. This is not just a community. It's a family, the Burgundy and Gold family. We want you to be part of every analysis, every debate, every victory. Join us. Hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss anything. And remember, hail to the Redskins!